Nobody expected Piers Morgan to say this on live TV. In a tense interview with Don Lemon on Piers Morgan Uncensored, the conversation imploded into on-air insults as both men clashed over free speech, media responsibility, and recent U.S. events.
Freedom of speech in America and the response to Charlie Kirk's death.
We'll lay out exactly what happened, why it matters, and how American outlets reacted within hours. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to my channel for accurate, fast celebrity and media news updates. The interview was promoted as a discussion about free speech and the fallout from the killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, an incident that has supercharged political tensions and misinformation online. But once the cameras rolled, the focus widened quickly, creating a combustible mix of politics, media accountability, and personal history between two high-profile television figures. That broader frame set the stage for a volatile exchange, one that soon spiraled far beyond the original agenda and into viral clip territory on multiple platforms. From the top, Morgan pressed Lemon about his past on-air controversies, especially the widely criticized past her prime remark about Nikki Haley during Lemon's final months at CNN. That decision to revisit older footage was the spark.
Okay, Piers, let me just say this. I'm going to answer your question. When I asked you what subjects you wanted to talk about, you know what you said to me? You said, I want to talk to you about freedom of speech in America. Not once did you mention that we were going to talk about CNN or whatever.
And visible frustration from both guests and host. An unmistakable preview of the blow-up to come. As the exchange intensified, Morgan framed the CNN questions as fair game because Lemon himself had brought up cancel culture. Lemon pushed back, insisting topic boundaries had been crossed. The disagreement wasn't just about content, it was also about process.
To be clear, you and I haven't had any conversation about your bits. We're talking about my team.
That meta-argument, how interviews should be conducted, ran in parallel with the political discussion, making the moment feel like two shows at once, a policy debate and a dispute over journalistic ground rules. Then came the clip that exploded across social media. During heated crosstalk, the phrase "complete DK" was hurled on air. Multiple outlets highlighted the moment, widely attributing the insult to Morgan addressing Lemon. Other circulating edits emphasized Lemon saying the line first amid crosstalk. Either way, the phrase landed, the tone shifted, and the interview crossed into unmistakable viral territory. Shared, clipped, and stitched across platforms within minutes as the face-off became the story. Once the insult was out in the open, both men tried to steer back to substance but struggled to lower the temperature. The conversation returned to free speech and media incentives, with Lemon arguing many on the right were exploiting tragedy for clicks, and Morgan countering that a fair accounting of public statements, including Lemon's CNN moment, was relevant. The back and forth captured a broader national frustration, an argument about arguments, where tone, framing, and motives often overshadow the underlying facts and policy stakes. Context mattered. The interview unfolded against the backdrop of Kirk's assassination, which triggered a wave of online narratives, some accurate and others misleading or manipulative, according to reporting on foreign amplification efforts. That environment meant any high-profile media clash would be instantly weaponized by competing factions, and the Morgan-Lemon exchange was no exception. Within hours, clips were being reframed to support divergent storylines about bias, bad faith, and media ethics. Morgan's program has migrated to a primarily digital distribution model, making it particularly suited for rapid viral spread. Segments are edited into short clips, optimized for platforms where attention spikes quickly. In this case, the moment fed seamlessly into that ecosystem, short, quotable, and emotionally charged. The result was a feedback loop. Television-style interview meets social media dynamics, allowing a single line to eclipse a 40-plus minute conversation and dominate timelines overnight. Lemon's CNN history remains central to how many viewers interpret his media appearances. After his 2023 comment suggesting Haley was past her prime, he faced internal criticism and public backlash, later expressing regret. Revisiting that episode on Morgan's show reopened a well-documented flashpoint that still defines perceptions of Lemon's judgment and tone on gender and politics. Whether fair or not, that past controversy shaped how audiences read the latest confrontation. In parallel, the show featured references to other political commentators, like Steven Crowder and Joe Walsh, reflecting a broader, raw debate about how to respond to political violence. Walsh emphasized condemning violence from any side. Crowder argued for aggressive defensive stances. The Morgan-Lemon exchange sampled that national discord, illustrating how the conversation keeps looping between principle and provocation. The moment did not resolve those tensions. It displayed them. Media reaction was immediate. Trade outlets and aggregators ran headlines spotlighting the insult and the ambush dispute, often embedding clips for quick consumption. The narratives clustered around three themes: whether Morgan deviated from a stated interview brief, whether Lemon overreacted to fair questioning, and whether the exchange reflected deeper structural problems in American media incentives. Each frame competed for traction as audiences shared the segment. Social platforms amplified the moment further. On X, short video excerpts circulated with captions casting either Morgan or Lemon as the aggressor. On YouTube and Instagram, multiple channels posted the complete DK snippet with contrasting context lines, fueling dueling interpretations. The velocity underscored how quickly a single sentence can define a long interview, and how edits, angles, and headlines shape public memory minutes after broadcast. For viewers, one frustration was definitional. Was this a free speech debate, a media ethics seminar, or a personality showdown? In real time, it oscillated among all three, with the substance repeatedly interrupted by meta-arguments about format and fairness. That whiplash is common in today's news-adjacent celebrity interviews, where the host and guest are themselves public brands, and where a flash of disrespect can overshadow every policy point made before or after. Another fault line: what counts as fair game in an interview? Morgan argued Lemon's cancel culture framing invited a re-examination of the CNN fallout. Lemon countered that revisiting that saga deviated from an agreed scope centered on free speech and current events. Without a shared pre-interview record in public view, audiences judged credibility on instinct and partisanship. The Haley clip's return mattered because it is a verifiable, documented moment. AP reporting from 2023 captured the immediate backlash and Lemon's subsequent regret. By anchoring part of the interview in a confirmed record, Morgan ensured the conversation hooked into searchable history, not only fresh opinion. That approach can strengthen a host's case for relevance, even as it risks derailing a guest who expected a different focus. Meanwhile, the broader information environment around Kirk's killing remained fraught, with reputable outlets warning about deliberate disinformation campaigns. That means clips extracted from any high-profile segment, not just this one, can be spliced into narratives detached from context. For news consumers, the lesson is familiar but urgent. Watch full segments where possible, verify claims across multiple trustworthy sources, and be wary of edits built solely for outrage optimization. In terms of media craft, both men leaned into signature styles. Morgan's prosecutorial framing stacked questions to elicit concession or contradiction. Lemon, citing boundaries and fairness, sought to reset terms mid-interview. When neither yielded, the confrontation locked in and civility collapsed. For viewers, the moment laid bare the incentives of digital news shows. Conflict is clickable, and a single barbed line can outperform every careful paragraph that preceded it. The show's distribution model heightened the stakes. Piers Morgan Uncensored now thrives on YouTube and social publishing, where retention, watch time, and shareability determine reach. A combustible exchange isn't just drama, it's growth fuel. That's not unique to this program, it's how the platform rewards attention across politics and celebrity media. Audience reactions split along predictable lines. Supporters of Morgan praised tough questions and accused Lemon of thin skin. Supporters of Lemon argued Morgan engineered a viral ambush. Neutral observers flagged the professional breakdown, arguing the insult line, no matter who spoke it first, guaranteed the substance would be overshadowed. In effect, the exchange became a Rorschach test for trust in U.S. media figures. Why does a celebrity journalist clash qualify as celebrity news? Because Morgan and Lemon are not just anchors, they are media brands with millions of followers. Their disputes drive traffic, shape talking points, and influence how audiences think about press standards and political narratives. When high-profile figures collide on air, the collision itself becomes a culture story, sitting at the intersection of entertainment, journalism, and public discourse. In summary, a segment billed as a free speech discussion veered into a live confrontation. The complete DK moment detonated across platforms, and the interview's original topics, Kirk's killing, media responsibility, cancel culture, were refracted through that insult. The episode encapsulated the modern media economy, fast, clipped, and polarized, with truth-seeking competing against incentive structures that reward heat over light. Expect follow-on content, reactions, and re-edits in the days ahead. That's the full breakdown of what happened between Piers Morgan and Don Lemon, why it blew up, and how the US media ecosystem turned one remark into a national talking point. What's your view? Fair questioning or unfair ambush? Tell us below. And before you go, remember to subscribe to my channel for verified, fast, and balanced celebrity news coverage. Hit subscribe now so you're first to see our next report.